Welcome to the Raven Space on YouTube. My name is Jason, and this is Raven Space Daily, where we talk about Baltimore Ravens news every single weekday. And today is Monday, our special episode, where we talk about the recap of Sunday's game, which was the Ravens at the Vikings. It did not end well for us Ravens fans, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Please subscribe to Raven Space on YouTube for the best Baltimore Ravens content on the internet. Also, a special shout out to our Patreon subscribers. Today, we're going to talk about the recap. We're going to talk about winners and losers. We're going to talk about what went right and what went wrong, the mailbag question, and the newest part of the show, the comment of the day. So we're going to hop right into it with the game recap. Basically, we're just going to recap the game, the flow of the game, how it went, what were some of the major issues, or, the good stuff. Not a lot of good stuff, but what were some of the major issues? I thought that the Ravens defense played well for the most part. And when I say for the most part, I mean they were a bend but don't break defense. They gave several field goals, only one touchdown. I thought they did okay. It's not the Ravens defense we thought coming into the season, but it was okay. The offense was already bad. And it gets worse when your players don't play. Macklin did not play. Perriman did not play. And guess what? On the first possession, our best receiver in the game, Mike Wallace, also got hurt, got a concussion, was taken out the game. When you don't have your top three receivers, things are not going to flow. Joe Flacco did the best he could. The offensive line cannot block Minnesota. Minnesota's a great defense. The run game cannot run on Minnesota. Minnesota's a great defense. Receivers cannot get separation on the Minnesota's defenders. Minnesota's a great defense. I keep on saying that because even though the Ravens have struggled with this all season, this is a great defense. This is one of the top defenses in the league, and we have to understand that. I just think that if our offense is what it is, and it is going to be what it is, I think it's about time to either go full guns blazing and throw deep a lot and just try to get a big play, because this offense cannot drive. So try to get some big plays, because if you try to drive and convert on third downs, it is not going to happen for you. I thought Brandon Williams came back and played well, not as well as I would have hoped. We'll talk about that later, but he played okay. Again, defense was bend but don't break. They bent to 24 points. Of course, the Ravens can't get past 20 on offense, so they got to 16. So Justin Tucker was good. We'll talk about him. But it was a tough game for Ravens fans. The Ravens are now 3-4. The Steelers played the Bengals today. I predict they're going to go 2.5 games up on us. So it's getting a little tough. It's getting dicey. We're going to talk about the winners and the losers from today's game. There weren't a lot of winners, to be 100% honest with you guys. The only winner I saw was Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker was 100% on his field goal kicks. Good job, Justin. We know that you're, if not the best kicker in the league, one of the top 3 best kickers in the league, and you're the winner. Losers, we can talk about losers all day. Offensive line lost today. Offensive line, and they were playing against a hard defense to play pass block on, because the wide 9 formation, if you guys don't know, when a defense plays wide 9, they're a 4-3 defense, and they have the defensive ends out very wide, and it basically forces one-on-one blocking for your tackles, right? So you can't double team Everson Griffin, because he's so far out that you just have to do a kick step and get to him, and then block him one-on-one. We saw on one of the first sacks of the game, the right tackle had no hope of blocking him, and that's how the game really went for the entire duration of it. And another loser is just Marty. Marty, I'm sorry, buddy. This will be your last season in Baltimore, because your team is on the same page. And we saw the play calling was scaled back considerably, but the receivers weren't on the same track with Joe Flacco. It was just bad. It was a bad day. One winner, Justin Tucker. A lot of losers. Even, to be honest, the run defense was a loser too. Brandon Williams is back, and I thought he was going to do some good things. It wasn't enough. This team is struggling right now. We are not a good defense, to be honest. We rank 30th in run defense. We are not a good defense. So if you're not a good defense and you're a terrible offense, that, in my opinion, that means you're a bad team. And right now, that's what we look like. We do have great special teams. Our kicker's great. Our punter's great. We lead the league in punt return average and kick return average. So we have great special teams. Shout out to Jerry Rosberg. Good job. But as a team, we're not very good. So we're gonna go to the third topic, where we were right and where we were wrong, and our predictions. So if you guys did not see the Friday show, we made predictions, right? It happens. People make predictions. We made some, and we were right and wrong about a couple of things. We were wrong about the rush defense. I said that they would not get over 100 yards. I believe they got about 170 on us. Was not good. Where we were right, I said Joe Flacco would not get over 200 yards passing. He got 187. And so the offense, I knew how the offense was going to play out, right? I knew we were going to get a great defense at home in one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL. But I did think our defense will respond a little bit better than they did. It sucks. You know, it hurts. Let me know if you guys made predictions. Let me know what you knew was going to happen. Let me know if you thought the Ravens were going to win and you're hurt. We're going to go into my favorite part of the show, Raven Space Mailbag segment. You guys can put your questions in the comments below. This is sponsored by the Raven Space Patreon and our patrons. Our patrons are the best people in the world. They support us, and you guys can become a Patreon subscriber in the description below at patreon.com/TheRavenSpace. We have new offers coming, so please check it out. Now we're going to move to the mailbag question, and this question comes from Jonathan, and Jonathan asks, should we consider this a lost season and let young players play more? Thank you so much for your question, Jonathan, and I don't think we're there just yet. I think right now we're going to be 2.5 games back. When you get 3.5, 4 games back, you got to, and it's about to be week 8, then you got to start thinking, right? Because that means you have 8 games left, right? Well, a bye week, so 7 games left. The Steelers will be up 3.5 games. Even if you beat them, you only lower it by half. It's going to get tough. If the Steelers don't start losing, because right now they control their destiny so much so that even if they lose to the Ravens, it's nothing that the Ravens can do. The Ravens still have hard opponents left. It's going to be tough. I don't think we're a very good team right now. I would say not yet, but when you start getting 3.5, 4.5 games back, you kind of gotta let the young players get in there, you know, just to see what you got. Especially on the offensive line, because there's some injury issues. We have to start letting these players go. So, thank you so much for your question. And like I said, the new thing we do, the comment of the day. And this is super new. Usually we won't do questions on the comment of the day, but this is the first one. I'm sure you guys didn't know. The way you get on comment of the day is basically leave a comment on any topic. If we think it's cool, we'll make it the comment of the day. And this one, the very first comment of the day, goes to T Get Dubs, and he asked a question. So usually we won't take questions and comment of the day, but I thought this was cool. Is Chris Moore getting better? Do you know if he is? The answer is no. T Get Dubs. Chris Moore is not getting better. He has very little communication with Joe Flacco. He is not getting separation. And the reason he's not getting better because he's not playing as much. He's playing when you play with the second team, you don't get, to be honest, you seldom get better, right? And if you do get better, they're by little bits, not by the major chunks that the Ravens are expecting from Perryman, because he plays with the first team. He plays in game day. So, for example, Chris Moore, he doesn't see as many zones because he doesn't play in the game. So he doesn't know exactly where to sit down. And the things that you see veteran players do, things that you saw Anquan Boldin and Steve Smith do, because they've seen so many defenses, they know, what everything looks like. So that's why, again, so he's not getting better, and he probably won't be on the team in a couple of years. So Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to Raven Space on YouTube for the best Baltimore Ravens content on the internet. If you want to support us and everything we do, please check out our Patreon page, which is our sponsor for the day. Also, check out our Raven Space store because it's awesome. Thank you guys so much, and go Ravens.